Thank you very much. You may be seated.
Days after President Muhammadu Buhari signed the 2022 budget into law, the Minister of Finance is leading other government officials to discuss the workings of the budget. She starts by giving the major highlights of the 2021 budget performance, which she pegs at 94%.
As at November 2021, federal government's aggregate revenue was 5.51 trillion. This represents 74% of the prorated target. The federal government share of oil revenues was 970.3 billion, representing 53% performance prorated target for the oil and gas revenues.
For the year 2022, there are ambitious plans following the presidential assent to the finance bill. This will introduce new tax reforms to fund the nation's budget deficit of 6.3 trillion naira. Plans on how to finance the 2022 budget deficit servicing model are also being worked out.
There is a law now that has imposed duty on non-alcoholic carbonated sweetened beverages. So there is now an excise duty of 10 naira per litre imposed on all non-alcoholic carbonated and sweetened beverages. And this is designed to, one, discourage excessive consumption of sugar in beverages, which contributes to a number of health conditions, including diabetes and obesity. But also, this new sugar tax is introduced to raise excise duties and revenues for health-related issues and other critical expenditures.
The sectorial breakdown of the 2022 budget shows defense and security still tops with 2.29 trillion naira, which is about 2 billion naira lower than the proposed 2.4 trillion naira by President Muhammadu Buhari. Infrastructure is now 1.42 trillion naira as against the 1.45 trillion naira proposed by the president. Health is now 876.3 billion naira, which is higher than the 820 billion naira presented by the president, while education is now 1.23 trillion naira as against the 1.29 trillion naira proposed by the president. The budget deficit stands at 6.3 trillion naira, while debt servicing is over 3.6 trillion naira. The Minister of Finance addresses concerns over the increasing cost of debt servicing in Nigeria.
At 3.61 trillion, debt service is 21% of the total expenditure of the 2022 budget, and it is 34% of the projected revenue of the 2022 budget.
In all, the federal government hopes that this budget reflects the economy, which has been affected by COVID-19 pandemic, insecurity, and dwindling investments.